These my dollars make it hurt. These my dollars make it hurt. These my dollars make it hurt. These my dollars make it hurt.
And we welcome you to Roy High School here in Roy, Utah for tonight's game and matchup between the Roy High Royals and the Box Elder Bees. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bryce Larson alongside my broadcast partner, Jordan Bianucci. And Jordan, it's going to be a fun one tonight. You're going to be calling the play-by-play. I'll switch over, do a little color commentary here. But we've got two teams in Region 5, 5A. It's going to be a fun one. One team trying to get a win in the win column, one trying to continue their winless streak.
Yeah, I mean, look, Box Elder comes into this game 4-0, like you said. They have played great football. Their closest game was last week. They beat Northridge 7-3, scored a late touchdown in that one to get the win. Other than that, Bryce, I mean, they came into that game averaging almost 49 points a game. You mentioned Roy, on the other hand, 0-4, 0-1 in region, just trying to get going. This is a young team, not a lot of returners from last year, a good squad. And it's going to be tough tonight against Box Elder, but we'll see if they can get it done.
All right, we'll take our first break of the game. Coming up next, kickoff between Roy High and Box Elder right here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
My name's Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe anywhere we are.
We started this and it's been a dream ever since.
Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A.
Yay!
Hello. I'm here to address something many of us neglect, our mental health. Life gets hectic, and we forget to check our personal well-being, which can lead to dire consequences, including increased suicide risk. If suicide has impacted you, a friend, or a loved one, you're not alone. Please join us in our effort to bring awareness to the risk factors and available resources in our community. Visit ESPNthefan.com to download a special podcast where we discuss the issues with local experts. This content was made possible with support from Nightingale College, the Harper Clinic, and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
Welcome back to Roy, where Box Elder has won the coin toss. They have deferred to the second half, so Roy will receive the opening kickoff. And Bryce, as we mentioned in the open, Roy trying to get their first win of the year.
No doubt about it. It's going to be an important start for Roy because Box Elder is a very, very good football team. They come in here undefeated on the year, and they're going to look to knock out Roy early on. So Roy's got to have a good start to this football game, and that's something that they're going to have to look for right in this opening series and opening kickoff.
Yeah, we talked about how young Roy is. No returning offensive starters, just 2 returning defensive starters for the Royals. For Box Elder, they had a bit of a down year last year, but they're 4-0, 1-0 to start the year in Region 5, and they are playing really good ball, coming off a great win last week against Northridge. They'll look to continue tonight.
Absolutely. That's something that we're looking forward to here. One fun thing about this field, Jordan, while we're talking about it, not oriented the same way that we normally see. Normally, we're seeing fields that are north and south. We're going east and west here at Roy High School.
Well, it'll be interesting because when you go, if the offense is traveling east and you're a receiver looking back for the ball, they may come out of the sun for the first quarter of this game.
You see on the stream side, Roy running right into that sun, and you can tell so far might be a little bit of an issue, at least early on in this football game. So that's an interesting way that this field is oriented. I've never seen a football field oriented this way.
I don't think I have either. This is really one of the best settings we've had for a game this year. A beautiful view of Ogden and north of us here in Roy, and it's an old-timey field. Not a huge bleacher section, but really a lot of fun and a lot of Roy fans out tonight. So just getting ready for kickoff here momentarily. Roy and Box Elder. Once again, Box Elder deferred. Roy will receive, and we are just about ready to go.
And if you're joining us on the radio side of things, make sure you check out the ESPN The Fan mobile app. Just go ahead, download it. You can watch the entire game over there on the ESPN The Fan mobile app and the YouTube page. We'll give you score updates and more with our scoreboard, so make sure you tune in.
And look, this Roy offense, they've struggled this year, but they scored 23 points in their loss to Westfield last week. So they've steadily improved each week of the season, and they will get the ball to begin things. And right away, I think you're right, Bryce, a positive start would be vital for Roy tonight.
No doubt about it. They've got to start fast right off the opening kick, try and get some momentum, try and get going against this really good Box Elder squad.
Logan Cefalo to kick it away. It's going to be Drayden Esplin to receive it at the 5, bringing it out to the 10-15 to his left. Now he's going to cut back up, and a good return up past the 25, and Roy will get started around the 27-yard line.
Not a bad return. We'll see how Roy comes out in the offensive set and see if they can get it out to their playmakers early on.
Chris Solomon's squad will head out there. Fourth-year head coach. Went to the University of Oregon. Working with a young team. Ball on the left hash to begin things. Rock Spearden is the starting quarterback. Not sure that's him out there, though. Is Spearden in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Now he's going to read option. He's going to take it himself. He has a little room. Cuts it back to the 40, and he has some room ahead of him and just gets tripped up at the 42. So the start Roy was looking for, a gain of about 12 and a first down.
Yeah, great job to get that first down right out of the gates. Super important for this offense to get confidence.
Quickly to the line. Spearden in the shotgun. A big guy, 6'6", 200 pounds. Running back on his right hip, now brings a man in motion. They're going to give it up the gut. Some running room, and up near midfield is Howie Howard, the junior. So a big gain there, a medium-sized gain, I should say. Ball at the 49, they spot him. Bring up a second down and about 2.
Okay, the announcer, something. The announcer.
They call it 2nd and 3. Back to pass. Spearden looking. Plenty of time. Steps up. Now he's going to run for it. And he'll slide down at the Box Elder 48-yard line. That's near a first down. They're going to mark him a yard short, though. So 3rd and 1 coming. Spearden, not a real fast runner, but long strides. He makes up a lot of ground. 3rd and 1. 2 wide receivers split to the left. Ball on the right hash. Spearden claps his hands. And Box Elder defensive lineman looked to jump off sides, but got back. Takes the snap. They give it to the back, and he has the first down and a couple more. The scrum pushes him up near the Box Elder 40. It's a first down for Roy. Once again on the carry, Howie Howard. So right now, this Royals offense moving the ball well. Two wide receivers to the left, one to the right. Spearden in the gun, and now whistles, and Box Elder's going to take an early timeout here in this first half. They want to regroup. Carson Munn not happy in his second year at the helm at Box Elder. I mean, look, right now it looks like Roy's the 4-0 team, not the 1-4 record they come into this game with. Oh, we've had 3 runs and then a scramble from Spearden. And the Bees, or I should say the Royals, moving the football.
First down. First down. Let's see.
So first and 10, ball at the Box Elder 39-yard line. Howard on the right hip of Spearden. They bring a man in motion. That's Esplin. Now a bad snap on the ground. Spearden picks it up. Now throws it out to Esplin, out to the right, a little screen. And he's going to get 5 or 6 out of it. That was a bad snap. A nice job by Spearden to dig it out. So they spot it at the 34-yard line. Brings up a 2nd and 5. This is a Roy offense that scored 7 points against Farmington to begin the year in a 37-7 loss. Scored 12 in a loss to Syracuse, but since then 19 and 23 points scored. So improving each week. Spearden back to pass. A lot of time. Throws down the middle of the field. It is knocked away. He wanted the wide receiver, but we do have a flag back near the line of scrimmage. That was a nice play, I believe, by Emmett Walker, the defensive back. But this one's going to be on Roy. We're going to get maybe a face mask. Let's see here. We do. That is a killer. So the ball all the way back to the 49-yard line of Box Elder. Just underway, 9:25 to play here in quarter number 1. No score between Roy and Box Elder. Brings up a 2nd and 20. Spearden brings a man in motion. He's going to run it up the middle himself, and he will get a few. Spin his way to the 41-yard line. Make that the 42. Still behind the sticks, and it's going to be 3rd and long. Well, look, you're in this part of the field right now where maybe this is 4-down territory. So 3rd and 13 for the Royals.
Sorry about that hiatus. Was trying to fix our YouTube link. There wasn't anything wrong. If you're on the school Wi-Fi here at the stadium, it's not going to work. So let your friends and family know.
Well, there's a lot of stuff on our website that you just can't handle at the public school. Spearden takes the shotgun snap, play fake, going to roll to his left, looking downfield, has a man. It is inside the 15 and down at the 11. That is Luke Pebley on the reception.
What a catch. That is exactly how you get back and attack the football and high point it, and you win over the defensive back. This is a perfect start for the Royals. They're going to want to punch it into the end zone to keep it going.
1st and 10, so not quite 1st and goal. Can get a first down at the 1. Pistol formation. Spearden claps his hands, now looks back to the sideline. 3 receivers bunched to the left. Howard behind him. Takes the snap. He's going to give it to Howard. Break to his right. He is near the 6-yard line. The scrum will push him forward. And he will be spotted at the 6. So that is huge from the Royals to be able to recover from that personal foul. Had him back at 2nd and 20 at midfield. Now 2nd and 5 from the 6. Spearden is going to go under center for the first time tonight. Howard in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the right. Brings a man in motion. They're going to give it to Howard up the gut, and he's met right away at the 5 and pushed backwards.
Really good job by that Box Elder defensive front to get the penetration that they needed, and he ran right into it. Jordan, once you get into the red zone, that field shrinks so much that it's so hard to play call. It makes it really hard to score, and that's what Roy's running into right now.
Carson Munn, Connor McGuire, the offensive coordinator for the Royals.
I'd try and get him running out towards the right, towards the field side. A lot of room out there towards the right.
Shotgun again for Spearden. He is going to fake the pitch to his left. Now look, end zone. It is off the hands of Riker Cordero. A nice throw by the quarterback, Spearden, but Cordero just couldn't haul it in, and here comes the field goal kicking unit. So on a 4th and 5, they will kick the field goal. This will be a 23-yarder for Bo Williams. Ball on the left hash. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is through. And no, he missed it. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. Really, like, we have a pretty good angle from over here, pretty far away from that field goal post. And it looked like he split the uprights. I didn't think that he missed that.
I always wait.
And you know what? There's some Roy players that are going to ask the referees about it too, saying, hey, that looked good.
That was bizarre. So that great Royal drive ends with no points. Ball at Box Elder's own 20. Caden Reyes is the starting quarterback for Box Elder. He does not get the start tonight, though. First give is up the middle, and it is a gain of 4. Unless he's wearing a different number down there. Well, number 16, we don't have him on our roster. I'm going to assume that's Reyes.
Yeah, sometimes away jerseys get mixed up with home jerseys, and you got different numbers and players wearing different numbers. So
we're going to call him Reyes.
That's what makes high school football so fun.
Reyes back to pass. Looking downfield. A lot of time now. He's flushed out to his right. Rolling, and now he'll throw it, and it is nearly picked off by Tyler Dixon. And it brings up a 3rd and 5.
That's a really good throw. He spun that thing, put it on a line. Just a really good defensive play.
No score, 5:51 to play in the first quarter. It's Roy and Box Elder. Look, this Roy defense, they want to get off the field here. They're allowing 35 points a game. 4 linemen now rolling out to his right is Reyes. Looking downfield, will loft one up. It is nearly picked off again. And the Royals just couldn't squeeze it, but the Bees are forced to bring on the punting unit.
That was absolutely perfectly played. You had cover 2 on the backside. They tried to hit the corner route off of that hash mark, and the defensive back, the cornerback on this near side, sunk in depth and played right underneath it. That is exactly where he's supposed to be in cover 2. Get that depth, and he was right there to make the play. Couldn't have played it any better.
So 2 excellent plays from that Royals secondary. And now the Bees will punt it away. The kick is a line drive, going to land at the 40. The Bees will get away, or the Royals will get away from it. And the Bees will pick it up at the 41. So Roy's offense, who moved the ball with their first possession, back out there, but they did not come away with any points after the missed field goal.
I think you can ask for this is a good start if you're Roy.
Oh,
at this point, You get a good defensive stop. You come out. You gain that confidence. You drove it down. You didn't end up with points in the first drive, but you can go and drive down and hit the end zone here if you're Roy.
Spearden, the 6'6 quarterback, back out there. Howard behind him, pistol formation, trips to the right. 4-down lineman for Box Elder. They give it to Howard. He cuts back to his left, and he is going to be knocked down at the 49-yard line. So a good gain of about 9 or 8 yards there to begin things for Roy.
They're just gashing him right now. Being able to pick up some really good yardage on first and second down that keeps you out of those long third downs that really ruin an offense. Got to stay on schedule, and that's what they've done so far.
Shotgun for Spearden. 2nd and 2. Clock dips under 5 minutes here in the first quarter. They bring Esplin in motion to the near side. Give it to Howard. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked backwards. No gain on the play. So a 3rd and 2 upcoming for Roy.
Well, it's 3rd and manageable here, Jordan. This is a spot where you can easily pick up a third down and a new set of chains.
Spearden back under center. Ball on the left hash, Howard in the backfield.
Box Elder's going to stack the box. I think they're going to try and hand it off. We'll see if they do a little play action here. It's been a handoff under center every time.
3rd and 2. They bring in Esplin. They're going to give it to Howard. The quick hitter, and he's going to fall forward. It's going to be close.
I don't know. Right at the line of scrimmage. Let's see.
And they are going to say first down. So they just got it. So 1st and 10, fall into Box Elder territory.
From this point on, you got to be very careful at telegraphing what plays are coming. Anytime you go under center, if you're going to hand it off every single time, you've got to switch it up a little bit because Box Elder even knew that they were doing it. There's something to be said about winning on a down when they know that it's coming. But now going forward, you got to be very careful going under center and telegraphing that play.
Spearden back into the shotgun. 2 wide receivers stacked to each side. Back to pass on first down. Steps up. He's going to run for it. Cut back and go down at the 46-yard line after a gain of 3.
Really good job by the Box Elder defense to contain him, keep him from running out. I thought he had that sideline on the far side if he would have just taken one more step out, but it's a good job to turn him back in where the help is.
2nd and 7 upcoming. Spearden back in the pistol. Howard behind him. Tight end on the right side. Now he brings him in motion. That is Cordero. Spearden back to pass. It's going to be Cordero to the left. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Give him the 40.
Right there near the new chains. It's going to bring up
another 3rd and 1.
Yeah, really short. Let's see if they go under center here. I thought he took the wrong lane, went too far outside, should have shot up right between those blockers.
Well, they stay in the shotgun. 2 backs, 1 on each side of Spadero.
Almost got him to jump off. That was a good job holding your water on the defensive line, Box Elder.
3rd and 1, ball at the Box Elder 40. Takes the snap. They give it to Howard. He is going to be knocked short. Didn't get it. In fact, he just got back to the line of scrimmage. So a 4th and 1 and decision time for Chris Solomona, excuse me.
That right there was a great job by Box Elder recognizing what was going to come. You heard him all the way up here in the press box after they did the check with me to the sideline, say goal line, goal line, goal line. They added another defensive lineman, and they were able to stop him after that.
They're going to go for it. 4th and they'll call it 2. Shotgun snap to Spearden. Back to pass on 4th and 2. Has his man, but he's knocked down, the ball is knocked loose. It is incomplete, and Box Elder takes over on downs.
Well, that's just a good job to get in there and punch that ball out. Great defensive effort by Box Elder. A defensive battle right now here, George.
Yeah.
I love me some defense.
So after Roy moved the ball so well in that first possession, it has been all defense in this one. 2:04 to play in quarter number one. Nothing to nothing. Now Reyes in the pistol. He will give it to the back, and he has some room. Cut it back to the 50, still on his feet, past the first down, and he will be knocked down at the 46-yard line. Call it the 47, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's where Box Elder has the advantage here tonight. I think that if they keep it on the ground, they're going to be able to run it really well against this Roy front. You see just 3 down linemen. We'll see if they switch it up at any point.
And that was number 0. We do not have him on our roster. Reyes back in the pistol. 1st and 10. Checks the sideline. And I do not see a play clock right now. Now another give up the middle, and they gash him for a gain of 13 or 14 down inside the 40, down inside the 35 rather.
Well, it was interesting that they came out and threw early on in that first drive. Thought that they could throw the ball on this Roy defense. They're having a lot of success. Now you see subs coming on along that defensive line to try and get a little bit of a push.
Box Elder will hurry up. Now back to pass. They throw a little screen, and Reyes just airmailed his intended receiver out of bounds. He wanted Cody Richards. So a 2nd and 10. Ball at the Roy 33. Minute 5 to play. Clock stopped here in the first quarter.
Stick with what's giving you the success. Keep it going behind those big boys up front. Keep running the football. We'll see if they do it.
Reyes in the pistol. 2 wide receivers split to the left. Now the back on his left hip. Takes the snap. They give it to him. Bounces it out to the right, and he will fall backwards and maybe get 2.
That time is just a numbers game. There's a lot more yellow jerseys on the right side of that Box Elder formation than there were white jerseys. Seemed like there might have been a little bit of miscommunication up front, or guys just missed assignments.
So they give him just 1, and it brings up a 3rd and 9. As we tick down to 30 seconds here in quarter number 1. Reyes takes the snap. They give it to the big back. He has quite a few. The first down and more. Now he bounces it out to the outside. 5. Touchdown. Box Elder.
Touchdown. So,
What a bounce. Once he got out, that was almost Derrick Henry-esque the way that he stepped out of the box and made a guy miss. Then he turned on the jets on the outside and was able to get into the end zone.
So Box Elder, after those drives from Roy, they come up with the first points of the game. And in to kick the extra point is Logan Cefalo. Right-footed kicker. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is, that one's through. It is 7-0 Bees. So a nice job by Box Elder to bounce back here.
They found out that they could run the football against this defensive front. That might be the theme for Box Elder the rest of the night here. Coming out early on, trying to throw it. Didn't quite work for him. Went 3 and out, had to punt it away. Roy got the ball back. Box Elder said, no. Ground and pound, baby.
And after struggling last week, this Box Elder offense has to feel pretty good.
No doubt about it. It'll be fun to see if Roy can answer. Just got to stay in this game. It was a great first drive. And you know what? Sometimes your first 10 to 15 are scripted. And it makes it really easy for the kids to come out here because they remember the first 10 to 15. They go, okay, they feel really confident. They rep it in fall camp. They rep it in practice all week. Then they come out and execute it. And they look really good doing so. Got to get back to some of that, some familiarity for these guys.
Cefalo to kick it away. It's going to be fielded at the 5. That is Esplin. Bring it out to the 15. Break one tackle. Stay on his fade up to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, really great job to break through a few of those tackles, man. You just put your shoulder down. This is a couple of arm tackles that he busted through. Then took another shot after that. That was a tough run.
So with 14 seconds to play in quarter number 1, the Roy offense will head back out there, trailing 7-0. Spearden in the shotgun. Howard to his left. Brings a man in motion. That's Esplin. Now looking for Esplin to his left. He's going to throw over the middle. Instead, he has Cordero. Cordero up past the 30, cuts back, and is going to be pushed forward near that 35-yard line. Give him the 36 or 37, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. So, Box Elder with a 7-0 lead over Roy. You're listening to your high school game of the week on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
My name's Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood fire.
Box Elder leading Roy as you see a beautiful shot of the mountains on the streaming side. The sun has set here in Roy. As Box Elder looking to improve to 5-0. Roy looking to get that first win of the year.
Just a beautiful setting for a high school football game as well.
As you take a look down at the bottom line on the streaming side, no score between Fremont and Clearfield next to two real handsome gentlemen here. We'll be talking about this one on Monday morning. Bryson Bianucci, 7 to 10 on ESPN The Fan.
103.9 in Utah County, 98.3 up here in beautiful, beautiful Davis County.
First game in Davis County this year. First down. Or is Cash? Are we where? What county are we in?
I'm pretty sure it's Davis County. Let me double check.
Now I give up the middle.
Davis and Weber. We're up here.
We in Weber or Davis? Fact check us on that, Ron. So
Weber County.
We are up in Weber.
Barely.
So
the line is right there, Jordan.
Yeah.
We are barely into Weber County. That's why I was confused.
Well, I'm in Davis. They're in Weber.
Yes, exactly. The field is in Weber.
Spearden takes the shotgun snap on 2nd and 4. Play fake, little screen, completes it to Cordero. He cuts it back, makes one man miss, and he's going to be taken down near midfield.
This is what.
But we do have a hold, and that one's going to come back.
That one will come back, but this is what's happening. You've got Box Elder's defense that's just way over aggressive. Roy's coaching staff is seeing that. They're saying they're coming at us. They're being way too aggressive. We're going to hit them with screens. We're going to hit them with draw plays. We're going to get through behind them and play their aggression against them. That's exactly what's happening. There's been a couple of play calls and play designs that have been beautiful. Misdirection. You bring that wide receiver across, and then you look the other way, and there's another wide receiver on a tunnel screen. It's beautiful.
Well, that hold makes it move. That one brings it back to the 31. So 2nd and 15. Spearden looking to the outside. It is complete to Pebley, back to just about where the original line of scrimmage was. And it'll bring up a 3rd and long. A little behind the sticks, say 3rd and 12-ish.
Yeah, those holding penalties are going to kill you every single time. We talked about staying on schedule and how important it is for this Roy High offense to stay on schedule.
So ball at the 35. 2 wide receivers split to each side. Spearden brings Esplin in motion. Now back to pass under pressure. Rolling to his left, and he's going to get hit. The ball gets knocked loose, and Box Elder has it, but whistles blow, and they're going to say it was incomplete. His arm was moving forward.
Normally, if that's college or football, they're probably going to let it play on and go back and review it afterwards. No video review here at the high school level, so they're going to call it dead immediately. That's what you saw right there.
So Roy will punt it away. Ethan Olson back to receive for Box Elder. Keebley will punt it for Roy. Now a bad snap, he couldn't hold on to it. Retrieves it and somehow gets away. A great kick that is fair caught at the 40. Wow.
A little bit of a hectic play right there. Yeah, bad snap over the top of his head. Barely could grab onto it. Got it off. That's why as a returner, it's important to stay where you're at and wait and let that play out, because you're also the last line of defense on the defensive side, just in case they go fire, and try and throw something down the field there.
So Box Elder will get the ball at their own 41. They lead 7-0 over Roy. Reyes in the shotgun. Give it to the back, bounce it out to the right side, and he's going to be taken down near midfield, just shy of that first down marker. That was, not sure who that was on the carry. We'll check on that. We'll try and get our updated rosters at halftime. Maybe.
Yeah, PA announcer said it was Moresby.
Second and 2. Ball at the 49-yard line. 2 wide receivers stacked to the left. Reyes takes the snap. Gives it to the back. He will stay on his feet still into Roy territory, and he'll be marked down at the 44-yard line. So that moves the chains. And you mentioned it. Box Elder right now just content to run the football.
Just ground and pound. That's what it is right now. You've got an advantage with that offensive line. They are moving dudes up front.
Again, Reyes in the pistol. Now a little screen pass out to the left. Caught, taken up near the 35 where he's knocked out of bounds.
I'm surprised we didn't see another run there, because they brought out the 3-man front, 3 down linemen against a team that can really run the football. I know they're trying to switch up personnel a little bit. Maybe they've got faster linebackers. They feel they can fill the holes there.
Second down and 1. They will give it up the middle. First down, bounce it out to the right side and taken down inside the 25. But we have a penalty flag on the play. And that'll bring it back, a hold on Box Elder. So now the Bees will try to overcome the penalty. The ball will be spotted at the 46-yard line. Box Elder in Roy territory. Second down and 12. 8:47 to play here in half number 1. Box Elder by a touchdown. 3 wide receivers bunched to the left. Now they bring Richards in motion. Rolling to his left, Reyes throws across his body. It's caught at the 35. About a yard short of a first down, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and short for the Bees. That is number 1, Bushnell.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him just run it, try and overpower that Roy front. Once again, 3 down linemen. We'll see if they stack the box.
In the pistol again, Reyes claps his hands.
A little bit of a pinch from those 3 down linemen. You see him real close in tight in those A gaps.
Now takes the snap, gives it to the back, has the first down and more. He has some room, and he's going to stay on his feet inside the 10-yard line. A shoestring tackle. It's 1st and goal, Bees.
And that right there is the reason why it's so tough to run that pinch concept with those 3 down linemen to cover those A gaps. Nobody outside if the running back bounces it. You run the trap counter, and you just wash down all 3 of those defensive linemen, and it's a wide open gap for him to bounce it and run.
So ball spotted at the 8, 7.5 to play in the second quarter. 7-0 Box Elder. Trying to add on here. Reyes with 2 men in the backfield. Takes the snap. Little screen out to the right, caught, and taking it down to the 5. I think that was Bushnell on the reception. So a 2nd and goal. Box Elder hustles to the line of scrimmage. This one, they're going to give it up the middle, working his way toward the goal line, but stopped short is the ball carrier. See where they spot him. It'll bring up a 3rd and goal from the 2.
Stop at the 2-yard line. Put down.
This Roy crowd trying to inspire this defense. Now under center goes Reyes. 3 men in the backfield. They're going to give it to the running back. He is at the goal line. Touchdown, Box Elder. 13-0 Bees. PAT pending. So just a power run. And Box Elder, after a slow start, has scored 2 touchdowns that have gone, at least one of them has gone unanswered. Roy will try and answer back here in a moment. In to kick the extra point is Logan Cefalo. Bad snap, and just falling on it was the holder Ethan Olson. So the extra point no good. It is 13-0 Box Elder.
Once again, we just saw that power run to get into the end zone. Really good job.
As always, high school football on ESPN The Fan, brought to you by Baskin-Robbins. Fan. Well, on Bryson Vianucci this morning, Bryce Larson put out a heck of a contest. He may be buying a lot of Baskin-Robbins ice cream come Monday.
Are we going to give the people on the ESPN The Fan high school stream the chance to win some Baskin-Robbins?
I was just going to say the contest was close, but that's up to you.
Let me think about it here. Stick with us. If you stick with us all night, maybe later on in the program, I'll tell you how you can win some Baskin-Robbins. How's that for a tease?
And not only the prize was pints of ice. We weren't talking about one scoop.
That's dangerous. I might be spending a lot of money this weekend.
It was dangerous. So Box Elder to kick it away from the 40. Esplin back to receive. Along with, I believe, Lucius Hicks. The kick is away. It's a line drive that's going to sail into the end zone. So the Royals will start at the 20-yard line. I can't tell you how hard it is to watch a team that's yellow and black and not refer to them as the Bees. When the other team is the Bees.
Oh, man. No kidding. No kidding. The Bees
are in purple tonight.
The Bees are in purple tonight. We got the yellow and black Royals out here.
Well, I think, Bryce, this is a big drive for Roy. They want to stay in this game here in the first half.
Oh, no doubt about it. You've got to be able to get that confidence back. And you know what? Box Elder has just brought the aggression. They know that if they put the pressure on this front, on this quarterback, that they can get home And Roy's trying to exploit it with some screens, with some other things. We'll see if they can do it here.
Spearden in the gun. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 man in the backfield. They'll give it to him. He will get maybe 3 or 4. That is Howard again on the carry. 6:10 to play here in the first half. 13-0 Box Elder. If you're just joining us, Roy took the opening kickoff, and in that first drive took it down the field inside the 5, but couldn't come up with a touchdown and then missed a field goal attempt. Ball on the right hash, Spearden in the pistol, Howard behind him on a 2nd and 7. Ball at the 23. Now a pitch to Howard to his left. He's going to turn it upfield and be taken down at the 26-yard line. So a gain of about 3, bring up a 3rd and 4.
That's allowed to be put this yard line. He's up 3rd down, 3 yards to go.
It's a 3rd and manageable situation. We talked about it for Roy. Make sure that you keep it in these short down yardage opportunities.
2 men in the backfield. He'll split Cordero out to the right. Now he's going to roll to his right. He's going to pitch it. That's Howard. Howard breaking. He is going to have the 1st down and more. And he runs over 1 defensive back and then gets knocked out of bounds at the 40.
Yeah, a lot of contact on the defensive back on the outside. It was a good block. Brought him to the ground. You got to be very careful with that situation. Could have been called holding either way. Roy, they're going to give him the 1st down. They're not going to throw the flag there.
1st and 10, ball at their own 40-yard line. Rock Spearden in the gun, 6 feet 6 inches tall. Now he brings a man in motion. He's going to give it to him on a little jet sweep. Going to turn it upfield to the 45, trying to tiptoe his way, and he's going to be knocked out at the 48.
Yeah, good job by Luke Peebley, 6'2" junior, running that thing around the edge. I think they've found something on this right side of the formation where they've got a little bit of an advantage, and immediately Box Elder's going to sub out that near side defensive end to try and tell him to keep some contain over there.
Ball spotted at the 48. 2nd and 2. A back on each side of Spearden.
You got the safety midfield playing real close. Maybe take a shot on 2nd and short to that far side.
He's going to look back to pass, looking to his right. Now he'll step up. He's going to throw down the right sideline, and he overthrow his intended man, Drayden Esplin. The Royals fans wanted a hold. They're not going to get it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of jersey pull in there, but you got to be able to put the ball on him. Can't overthrow him if you want to get the call. You got to make it catchable.
Just overshot him, brings up a 3rd and 2. He had some space.
If you make it just a little bit closer, probably get that penalty to come out of the pocket of the ref, but not that time.
4:35 to play in the half. Box Elder leading 13-0. Roy with the football at their own 48. 3rd and short. Spearden takes the shotgun snap, give it to Howard, right side. He's going to make his way past the 1st down marker and more and be knocked down at Box Elder's 45-yard line. And we have a injured B on the field. He lost his helmet, and now he's on his backside. Hopefully he's okay. Utah High School football always brought to you by Intermountain Bobcat, located in Orem, Ogden, and Salt Lake City. Intermountain Bobcat, helping homeowners and contractors conquer their projects since 1995. 4:29 to play here in half number 1. We'll be back here next week at Roy on hopefully another beautiful night like this. Can't quite see who that injured Box Elder player is. And now they sit him up. It looks like that's, according to our roster, Caleb Cefalo gets to his feet and he will be helped off.
Glad to be able to see him be able to get up and walk off the field. Always scary when a helmet comes off a player.
Yeah, now he's walking under his own power. That's good to see.
As we mentioned, working with what we got here. Didn't hear back from the Box Elder administration, so if you got a roster out there, you can send it to us.
Check the comments.
You can throw it in the comments. You can also email it to us if you want to. We'll throw the email down there in the comments for you.
1st and 10. Roy. Spearden in the gun. Howard to his left. Esplin on his right. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap. Play fake. He's going to roll to his right, and he's going to try and run for it. Instead, he's going to get taken down in the backfield for a loss. Way back at his own 49. And now the official, they'll give him the 50. But that one was blown up by the Box Elder defense. And it's going to be 2nd and 16. Roy has moved the ball at times tonight, but just penalties and then losses like that have stalled this offense. 3.5 to play in quarter number 2. Shotgun snap coming to Spearden. Takes it, gives it to Howard, who's going to work his way up past the 50 into B's territory, be knocked down at their 46-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and about 11.
3-yard gain on the play.
And Roy right now maybe trying to take as much time as possible to give Box Elder very little time if they get the ball back as we tick under 2:45. Box Elder does have 2 timeouts remaining. Spearden in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. He is going to run and then pitch it back inside to Esplin, who's taken down immediately by that Box Elder defensive line. And Roy will punt it away. And the clock stops with 2:21 to play. Box Elder uses that 2nd timeout. So their offense going to get this ball back, try to do something with it. They will receive the second half kickoff. So this is another big possession for this Roy defense if they want to remain in this game. Stick with us. At the half, we'll have some out-of-town scores for you around the state of Utah. As always, Utah High School football brought to you by Dang Brother Pizza. It was started in Utah in January of 2023. They have the wood-fired oven in the back of a vintage fire truck, a 1977 Mack. Their specialty is a Neapolitan-style pizza that cooks in 90 seconds. They specialize in catering and large events. Book them today. Dang Brothers Pizza. Available to book all year long with either the fire truck or the more intimate booth setup using the Gosney ovens. Dang Brother Pizza as Roy punts it away with 2:23 to play here. Ethan Olson back to receive. Well, he initially was. Now Roy brings the offense back on 4th and 11. Spearden alone going to take the shotgun snap. We'll see if he just kicks it away. But they appear to be going for it. We'll see what he does. Takes the snap, and he will boot it. No one's back, so that one's going to roll inside the 20. A nice kick inside the 15, and a really favorable roll for Roy, and it is going to be downed at the 9.
Spearden punt down at the 8-yard line.
So 2:11 to play in the first half. 13-0 Box Elder. That's where the offense will get started with 1 timeout remaining.
It's a long way to drive, and with just one timeout remaining, going to have to do a little bit of it through the air, unless you can get a gash play on the ground, which we've seen quite a few of them from Box Elder. They can clear guys out of the way.
You got to be careful here, deep in your own territory. You start throwing the ball. Roy has nearly come up with 2 interceptions tonight. In the gun is Reyes. Takes the snap, give it to the back, and he will be met by that Roy defense at the 12-yard line. Clock ticks under 2 minutes. That'll give him about 4 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 6 or so. Box Elder to the line. Shotgun snap coming to Reyes. He will throw, looking deep down the middle, has his man, but it's dropped. That is Cefalo. I think. Boy, he was wide open, hit him right in the hands, and he just couldn't hold on. So a 3rd and 7, that would have been a gain of about 30. Instead, clock stops with the 3rd and 7, and we'll see what Box Elder, if they just try to run the ball here. Ball at their own 13. Take the snap, they give it to keeping it was Reyes. He will bounce it out to the right side and then taken down hard near the 22-yard line, but he gets the first down. Dixon with a big hit. And now Box Elder will hustle to the line of scrimmage, and we have whistles, and the Royals will take their first time out of the half. They weren't quite ready to go. Box Elder working with 1 timeout, 1:16 to play in the half. Ball at the 21. We appreciate we got the roster sent to us. We're going to have to go through that at halftime and update our rosters. Gives us a chance here to remind you, high school football brought to you by AFP Utah. One volunteer can do a lot, but when you join thousands of volunteers, together the results can be life-changing. AFP Utah, helping you make your voice heard. Shotgun snap to Reyes here. 1st and 10 from the zone 21. Back to pass on 1st down. Looking, fires one over the middle. It is caught at the 41.
Now you got to run up and try and spike that one down.
That was Pierre Pirin, 106. Clock rolling as they spot that ball. The chains move. Taking the snap, back to pass. Reyes, again, throwing to the right. It is caught, but out of bounds. Couldn't keep the feet in bounds there. Intended for Landon Harding.
That's a really good job at just throwing towards the sticks. That sideline, too, really good throws. Both times by Reyes, just zinging it out there. Gave this guy a chance.
2nd and 10. 54 seconds to play as we get buzzed from Hill Air Force Base. Reyes in the pistol. Takes the snap, back to pass. Throws over the middle. It is caught at the 50. Breaking it back inside and being taken down just shy of the Roy 45-yard line. That was Phoenix Childs on the reception. First time we've called his name tonight.
Clock will stop for the time being, then it's going to start rolling.
Under 40 seconds. Back to pass. Reyes looking, throwing underneath, and it is incomplete as the receiver was met by a defensive back. That was Ahui on the hit. 34 seconds. Clock stops. 2nd down and 10. Box Elder with the ball at the Roy 46-yard line. Aiden Reyes with two receivers to his left, takes the snap, back to pass, under pressure, a little screen, gonna dump it off, caught at the 40, he has some speed up past the 30, 20, and forced out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And with 26 seconds to play, Box Elder is in business.
That's exactly the big hitter that you needed right there. Just get your guy out in space. You never know what's going to happen. Way to rumble down and get out of bounds. Be able to preserve that time that's left on the clock.
They give him the 18. Clock stopped. One timeout in their pocket. Two wide receivers to the left. Ball on the right hash. Back to pass. Reyes stepping up. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Wanted Maddox Ernest. Not a lot of time goes off the clock there. 2nd and 10, 22 seconds to play in the half. Box Elder looking to go up 3 scores.
Looks like we got a set of twins, the Ernest twins, Rigdon and Maddox, both on the roster.
Now a timeout taken by Roy, their 2nd of the half. With 22 seconds to play. Utah High School football always brought to you by the Utah Trucking Association. Bryce, with 22 seconds left, what can you really do here if you're Box Elder? You have one timeout left. Ball at the 18. Do you have to look end zone? I mean, with the one.
Not necessarily. You got that one timeout left if you want it. That's what makes it so dangerous for Roy. I think that's why they wanted to use their timeout and just go over it a little bit with the guys. You can still go in the middle of the field with that one timeout. And if you don't get in the end zone, if you get the first down, because that's still available, you can run up and hurry up and spike it. Then you can still run another play. If you don't get the first down, you probably burn that timeout pretty early. Maybe throw it one more time and then kick the field goal if you're not successful. Look at the splits of the wide receivers all the way on the numbers. Wouldn't be surprised to see either a fade route or he's going in.
Instead, they give it to the back, and the ball is on the ground. He falls back on. It looks like Box Elder got it back, but they're going to have to burn that last time out.
Yeah, that's the one thing you can't do right there. I know you love running the football, and you've done it really well. Now you got to burn that time out. Now you're in a little bit more of a pickle. Now, Jordan, yeah, on what, 3rd down we've got here? 3rd down and 10 coming. And, yeah, you're either going to have to go get that first down within the 5, get out of bounds. You cannot go anything to the middle unless you're going to get into the end zone. There's just 17 seconds. You can theoretically get it, get the play off, spike the ball, but it's a fireman's drill, man. You got to get it going quick.
Yeah, 17.8 on the clock.
And you got to make sure you get the first down. That's the most important thing. If you're short, you can't spike it. It's 4th down. So this is a dangerous spot right here for Box Elder.
Well, to your point, maybe now's the time you take a shot with the fade.
Absolutely. Yeah, and just and put it in a spot where if your own guy can't get it, nobody can get it, so it doesn't get picked off. But a fade ball, not too bad of an idea. And then maybe set up for the field goal if you got a kicker with the range.
The Royals crowd makes some noise on 3rd and 13. Reyes takes the snap, back to pass, looking, plenty of time, looking end zone. It is overthrown. And it'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the field goal kicking unit.
That's exactly what we just talked about, Jordan. Take that shot to the end zone, put it only where your own guy can get it, not where the defense can get it. Just happen to be a little bit out of reach.
So they will try the 38-yarder. That is Cefalo on to kick it. And now we have a whistle, and Roy will take their final time out of the half. Stick around at the half. We'll get you all the scores from around the state of Utah. Keep you updated throughout 5A, 4A, and some 6A. On a really beautiful night here in Roy. A great crowd on hand. Roy looking for their first win of the year, trailing 13-0 to the undefeated Box Elder Bees. Safalo from the right hash. The 38-yarder. The line drive kick is up. It is no good. So the Roy defense holds. And with 6 seconds to play in the first half, we'll see if they come out and just take a knee. Box Elder will receive the kickoff to begin the second half. Oh, Roy, they're talking about this one on the sideline. They'll take over at their own 20. After missed field goals in high school football, you get the ball at the 20. Looks like Roy will just kneel on it. With 6 seconds. And take it into the locker room. And the Box Elder Bees with a 13-0 lead. So we'll take a break, come back with our halftime show. Once again, it is Box Elder 13, Roy nothing. You're listening to Utah High School football on 103.9 and 98.3 ES.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A.
Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com/contact.
Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A.
Yay!
Hello. I'm here to address something many of us neglect, our mental health. Life gets hectic, and we forget to check our personal well-being, which can lead to dire consequences, including increased suicide risk. If suicide has impacted you, a friend, or a loved one, you're not alone. Please join us in our effort to bring awareness to the risk factors and available resources in our community. Visit ESPNthefan.com to download a special podcast where we discuss the issues with local experts. This content was made possible with support from Nightingale College, the Harper Clinic, and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
My name's Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe.
And welcome into the halftime show with the high school game of the week between the Box Elder Bees and the Roy High Royals. Ronald, the three-man weaver here, taking you through halftime, give a quick recap, do some live scoreboard updates of around the state, in-region play as well, and then we'll take another break and then turn it back over. But before we do, give my thoughts. The Roy High Royals, I thought they moved the ball exceptionally well in the first half. Not too bad. They had their chances, didn't execute on a few plays, but it's been all Box Elder Bees coming into this one, running the football, running all over that Royal High Royals defense. When they get to the second level pass, past the linebackers, the running backs have been dynamic. No doubt we'll see if the Royals make some second half adjustments coming up here in just 12 minutes. Let's get to some 5A Region 5 matchups from around. We got Westfield taking on Bonneville right now. They're leading 27-6 at halftime. Fremont is currently up on Clearfield in a blowout, 35-6. They are also at halftime. Let's keep going around the state of Utah. Woods Cross is at Westlake, currently in the second quarter, up 14-0. Syracuse taking on Alta. Alta's up 7-0 over the Titans down there. Juab Wasp currently taking on the Grantsville Cowboys, almost at halftime there. The Wasp are up 17-4 on the Cowboys. The Parowan Rams up at the Guntsville Valley Bulldogs in the tie ball game in the second quarter. The Ogden Tigers close to Ogden, but not in Ogden. The Ogden Tigers up 14-0 at the Preston, Idaho Indians. Down there in Utah County, the Lone Peak Knights currently up 10-7 on the Farmington Phoenix as well. Let's keep going through the state. We were last week at Judge Memorial, I'm pretty sure. They are up 9-0 at Ben Lamond over there. Bountiful currently in a matchup with the Park City Miners, 7-6. Right there is the Red Hawks. San Juan currently blowing them out 48. The Broncos up 48-7 on the South Summit Wildcats. The Lehigh Pioneers, the 6A school, looking to do work this year, up 21-0 on the Weber Warriors. Skyline Eagles currently up 17-0 on the Utes. And then let's go down to the Delta Rabbits, currently down 14-28 at the Summit Academy Bears. Corner Canyon blowing out the Brighton Bengals 35-7. A lot of talent over there for the Chargers. No doubt one of the best teams in the state. Let's keep moving on here. You also have Sky Ridge down, actually. They're in Colorado taking on a competitive team at Cherry Creek, down 21-7 as the second quarter just kicked off. The American Fork Cavemen blowing out Layton currently at halftime, 23-0. And then finally the Harriman Mustangs taking on the Bingham Miners, up 14 with 7.5 left to play in the second quarter. Those are some of your scoreboard updates. Again, the Box Elder Bees currently lead 13-0 right now over the Royal High Royals at halftime here. What second half adjustments will the Royal High Royals make? Box Elder Bees, will they continue to pound the football on the ground? I'm Ronald, the three-man weaver. That's been your halftime scoreboard update. We'll take a quick break. Be right back on the flip side. You're listening to the high school game of the week right here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
If you've been in an auto accident, the stress can be overwhelming, and you have so many questions. Before you start calling attorneys for answers, call Jay at autoinjuries.com. They're your single point of contact. Jay and his team will evaluate your medical needs, coordinate vehicle repairs and rental vehicle, and if necessary, connect you with a pre-vetted top Utah attorney. Autoinjuries.com will save you time, stress, and get your life back on track. Autoinjuries.com.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A. Yay! Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A.
Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 1039 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com/contact.
Welcome back to the halftime Utah game of the week. Ronald, the three-man weaver here. Box Elder Bees currently take on the Roy High Royals in a 5A Region 5 matchup tonight out here. Currently about 6 minutes left before Jordan and Bryce get back to you guys with second half action. Forgot to mention this score. The Orem Tigers currently up on the Spanish Fork Dons 35-3 in a blowout. We were there last week. Kawe Akana is back. He had another 18-yard reception for a touchdown. And then Beckham Curtis had a 57-yard rushing touchdown. And Oliver Bills, safe to say, I think Orem is starting to find its groove back to what people thought they were going to be. Let's move around the state, though. Let's go some college football action news, don't we? Indiana takes it to Indiana State 73-0. Wasn't even close at all. The number 22nd ranked Indiana out there taking on in-state rival. Let's go around the state. Utah State looking to bounce back against Air Force in a matchup. That game will be tomorrow at 7:45. You can catch that one on the Mountain West Network. And then, of course, you can't forget about the top 25 matchup. The number 20 Utes taking on Wyoming. Zach's Utah Utes will head out down there to Laramie. 23.5-point spread. A lot of people think this might be a closer ball game than advertised. Wyoming might be better than advertised. We're going to find out tomorrow. That game's going to kick off at 6 p.m. on the CBS Sports Network. You can also catch top 25 action. Texas A&M will take on Notre Dame tomorrow at 7:30 in prime time in NBC and Peacock. And then Florida, after losing to USF and dropping out of the top 25, will take on number 3 ranked LSU. They beat Clemson the other day. That game will be on ABC. And then Arkansas, 2-0, looks to get ranked as they take on number 17 Ole Miss. And the number 1 Ohio State will take on in-state rival Ohio. The team that is 2-0 that's upset number 25 Boise State and upset Florida, number 18 South Florida, taking on Miami tomorrow. Number 5 Miami on the CW Network. If South Florida beats Miami, they will be a top 10 team. And we might have to get some stats. But if South Florida wins tomorrow, when was the last time they were ranked in the top 10? That might be their first time ever. We need to double check. That's some Big 12 news action. BYU's on a bye week. They will take on East Carolina next week, so off this week for all those Cougar fans. Oregon State is traveling down to Lubbock, Texas to take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. That game is at 1:30 on the Fox Network. Iowa State will travel to Arkansas State. That game will be on ESPN2 at 2 p.m. UTEP goes to Texas. That game will be on the SEC Network. And then a game that everybody's going to be tuned into. The number 6 Georgia Bulldogs take on number 15 Tennessee in a matchup. I'm calling upset. Bryce earlier said in the show, if you get some score predictor, I'm going to call upset. I said Tennessee takes down Georgia tomorrow, and I think they do it over there at 1:30 on ABC. You can catch that game. Guys, that will just about do it from me with your halftime scoreboard, college scoreboard update. Box Elder Bees currently 13-0 up right now on the Royal High Royals in this 5A Region 5 matchup. About 3 minutes left until halftime. Second half adjustments. I'll just get my keys to the game as I've been behind the camera working. I think if you're the Royal High Royals, keep it simple. Right? They're pressing you. They're loading the box up. They want to stop the run. You got to execute on your screen passes. You can't miss those. When you're third and short, right there, you have to make sure that you take that into account and do that. I'm giving some information. I'm looking back, so this is reading from the press release of the South Florida. It says the climb back into the national rankings continues as tradition as success for USF and marks the Bulldogs' 49th week in the poll. USF was last ranked in week 9 in the 2018 season, checking in at number 20. The number 18th rank marks UCF's highest ever entry into the AP poll. The program's highest ever ranking was number 2, achieved on October 15, 2007. So there you go. If they were to beat Miami since 2007. Anyway, I got to get to break, got to turn over. Bryce Larson, Jordan Bianucci will have second half action. You've been listening to the High School Game of the Week halftime show right here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A. Yay!
Hello. I'm here to address something many of us neglect, our mental health. Life gets hectic, and we forget to check our personal well-being, which can lead to dire consequences, including increased suicide risk. If suicide has impacted you, a friend, or a loved one, you're not alone. Please join us in our effort to bring awareness to the risk factors and available resources in our community. Visit ESPNthefan.com to download a special podcast where we discuss the issues with local experts. This content was made possible with support from Nightingale College, the Harper Clinic, and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A. Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com/.
My name is Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe anywhere we are.
We started this and it's been a dream ever since.
When the going gets tough, the tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
Sip into that refreshing island life with bold and spicy flavors, real juicy fruit, and a new twist you can't resist. Get on island time with refreshing bevs at Baskin-Robbins. Seize the A. Yay!
Hello. I'm here to address something many of us neglect, our mental health. Life gets hectic, and we forget to check our personal well-being, which can lead to dire consequences, including increased suicide risk. If suicide has impacted you, a friend, or a loved one, you're not alone. Please join us in our effort to bring awareness to the risk factors and available resources in our community. Visit ESPNthefan.com to download a special podcast where we discuss the issues with local experts. This content was made possible with support from Nightingale College, the Harper Clinic, and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
The second someone says, "What's for dessert?" come through with Cake in a Box. It's the perfect anytime, anywhere treat, made to share and easy to store. Grab it, slice it, serve it. Baskin-Robbins, seize the A. Yay!
Digital advertising is like holding up a poster at a huge sports event in Utah County. Radio advertising is like being the stadium announcer at that event. Now, the stadium announcer tells everyone to look at your poster. That's exactly how radio and digital works together. We do both. Let 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan create a custom digital and radio advertising combo for your business. Get started now at espnthefan.com/contact. That's espnthefan.com.
My name is Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe.
Welcome back to Roy High School, where Box Elder leads the Royals 13-0. Jordan Bianucci alongside Bryce Larson. Box Elder will receive the second half kickoff. And look, Bryce, against all odds, it seemed like towards the end of that first quarter, Box Elder was going to take charge, run away with this thing. Roy has stayed in this game.
They have kept themselves in this game with some great defensive plays. Walling up right there at the end, not allowing them to get any closer to that end zone. Great job by the Roy defense to do so. Box Elder misses the field goal, and just like that, you still got yourself a 13-0 ball game. And we're in for a good second half should Roy be able to put together some offense.
We have updated the Box Elder roster as best we can, so keep that in mind. We'll try to get that as accurate as possible as Roy will kick things off here from the 40 to begin half number 2. And again, I feel like I've said this 2 or 3 times tonight, but a big drive for Box Elder. And this Roy defense trying to keep the Royals in this ball game. Back to receive is Phoenix Childs for the Royals, but it's going to be the other deep man bringing it out. To the 15, 20 with some speed. To the 30, a lot of room. Up past midfield. Cuts it back. One man to beat. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Box Elder.
No flags on the play. That one's going to stand. What a return. That's the way you want to start off the second half of action, and they did it so well. Just got right up the middle. Nobody home, break one tackle, and that speed, that lightning fast speed, beats all the Royals to the end zone.
I have that as Ethan Olson taking it to the house. 19-0, Box Elder. That's a shot in the arm.
Well, we were just barely talking about Roy hanging in this ball game, and that is just a gut punch out of the half. You did so well in the first half, keep it to a 2-score game, and that's something you can't afford to allow to happen right off the bat.
We'll see. This Box Elder offense, they're going to go for 2 here. So Reyes going to go under center with 3 men in the backfield. Pitch to the right. Breaking it back inside and into the end zone is Judd Howells. And it is 21-0 Bees. Well, you said it. That is a gut punch if you're Roy.
That definitely is. You give up the 2-point conversion in that situation. And now you're down 3 scores just like that. You have to have an answer. You have to be able to jump back in this game. The body language just isn't right. It's not right now for the Royals. So Roy High's got to go out there and build their own momentum, create their own plays. And these seniors got to light up this sideline, get guys going.
It'll be Rock speared in, and that Roy offense trying to get something going, trying to get their first win of the year. They're coming off a game against Westfield. They scored 23 points last week, have not scored yet tonight. And the Box Elder offense, they've played well, but not to their, best ability. They scored a lot of points the first 3 weeks of this season. Last week, scored just 7 points. But the special teams helping them out here to start the second half. Esplin back to receive the kickoff. It's going to be a line drive that's going to bounce at the 15. Esplin to take it at the 5. 10-15. Out near the 20. He will cut it back. He has some room. Up to the 35. Stiff arms a man. Up to midfield where he's knocked out of bounds.
I mentioned Derrick Henry earlier in the game in referring to the Box Elder running back. That was a Derrick Henry stiff arm right to that player trying to make the tackle, and just ran right by him.
We do have an injured B back at the 36-yard line, but that is the kind of return that Roy needed badly.
And it looks like This is the Box Elder defender that was potentially trying to make the tackle and got stiff-armed right there.
So they'll take a look at him. And we'll remind you that Utah High School football is brought to you by Baskin-Robbins. Tune in daily on the Utah ESPN Radio Network for the best coverage of the NFL, college, and, of course, Utah High School football. Brought to you by Baskin-Robbins. Looks like that was Logan Cefalo, and he's going to be helped off the field. Walking under his own power now.
Good to see him get back up. Walking a little bit gingerly across the field. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Able to jump back into this ball game.
So Roy with the football at their own 47. They mark him. Spearden in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to each side. Howard to his right in the backfield. Now whistles. They were ready to go, but that injured B not quite off the field yet. So here we go, 1st and 10. They bring a man in motion, that's Esplin. Back to pass, they're going to give it to Esplin on the screen to the right. Has it at the 50, will be knocked out of bounds just shy of the 45-yard line of Box Elder, so into B territory.
Good catch by Esplin. Kind of ran out of room, had to run into the back of his own blocker as he went out of bounds. Tried to go over him. Don't always recommend that, but you got to do what you got to do.
2nd and 4, ball at the Box Elder 47. Spearden in the gun. Howard to his left. Takes the shotgun snap, looking left. Pump fakes, throws over the middle, has his man, Esplin at the 21-yard line. Knocked down.
Beautiful pitch and catch right across the middle. Had it wide open. That safety bit up on the action. Got past that second level, and he put the ball right on him. Beautiful play by Roy. Let's see if they can get in the end zone.
1st down. Nearing the red zone.
I like the empty set.
Trips to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. Now brings a man in motion. Shotgun snap, looking, steps up, running to his right. He's going to take it up past the 20, going to be forced out of bounds. We'll call it the 18. So gets a couple.
Not a bad scamper. You can tell trying to avoid contact as much as he possibly can. And just stepped right out of bounds instead of trying to get upfield as those bees came in.
They swarming.
Swarming on the defense.
Ball at the 19. 2nd and 8. Ball on the right hash. 2 wide receivers on the short side of the field. Now they bring the tight end in motion. They're going to give it to Howard, right side. He's going to pull his way forward near the 16-yard line.
Not a bad look out of the pistol formation. Use that motion to let the defense tell on themselves. Going to be able to figure out real quick with that motion where you're going to be able to go with the football.
3rd and 6. Spotted at the 16. A big 3rd down here. Maybe 4-down territory if you're Roy. Pistol formation. Now Howard steps up on the right hip of Spearden. Fake pitch. Spearden eluding one defender to his left. Now jump throws incomplete. That one, he was under pressure from the get-go, and it brings up 4th and 6, and we'll see what Roy decides to do here.
Yeah, Jordan, he had a man in the back of the end zone standing all alone. If he could have just lofted that one up and gave him a chance, they might have had a touchdown on that play. Got to keep the play alive as much as you can, but still also give your guys a chance to go up and get it.
On 4th and 6 at the 17, the offense remains on the field. 10:06 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 21-0 Box Elder. Roy trying to get back into it. Shotgun snap. Spearden looking. Plenty of time. Throws over the middle. Caught. 1st down. And it is Hibley being stood up at the 5-yard line. So Spearden finds Peebly, and it's 1st and goal.
That's important to get the fresh set of downs, but now, as we mentioned, struggles in the red zone. We'll see if Roy can punch it in.
Howard to the right of Spearden in the gun. He also has a man on his left. That is Esplin. Takes the shotgun snap, back to pass. Looking, has a man in the flip, and it's dropped. He had Howard open at the 2, and Howard just dropped it.
Those are the chances. Have that ball, the ability. It's a good throw. Just got to be, you know he wants that one back. Got to be able to corral it there.
So 2nd and goal from the 5. Roy had an opportunity like this on the first drive of the night. Couldn't score, ended up missing a field goal. Spearden brings a man in motion, now takes the snap, going to give it to Howard. He cuts back to his left near the goal line. He's in! Touchdown, Roy! And they are on the board. Howie Howard takes it in.
Just bully ball. Do what you got to do to get it into the end zone. A good job by Roy to be able to do just that.
So now the extra point will be attempted by Bo Williams. Right-footed kicker. The snap's good. Hold is down. The kick is up. And it's good. Snuck it in past that left upright. And it is 21-7. Well, now you're looking for a stop. And you can get right back in this game.
Man, you just think back to that kickoff return right out of halftime, Jordan, and you just think about how if you don't give up a touchdown there, we're talking about a 1-score game. You got to put that behind you. Got to be able to move forward and get a stop right here and try and climb and claw your way back into this ball game.
A lot of time left. 9:24 to play in the 3rd quarter. That touchdown brought to you by Intermountain Bobcat, located in Orem, Ogden, and Salt Lake City. Intermountain Bobcat, helping homeowners and contractors conquer their projects since 1995. So Roy will kick it away. And they're going to squib this one. It's going to bounce at the 25, taken there by Box Elder. They're going to bring it back to the 38 or so. And that's where the Bees offense will come out and get things started.
Roy fans, don't forget, we're out here next Friday night. Roy takes on Bonneville High School. A little bit of a rivalry. Make sure you tune in, 103.9, 98.3 FM, also streaming live to the ESPN The Fan apps.
More Region 5 action in 5A. Reyes in the pistol, takes the snap. He's going to throw on 1st down. Throw it out. It is complete near the 42.
That's going to be number 7. Gunderson.
That was Gunderson on the reception.
Nice little pitch and catch. Try and get at least half of it on 1st down, and that puts you in a really good position. If I'm Roy, I'm stacking the box. I'm thinking run right here, trying to stop that run up the middle.
2nd and 6, 3-down lineman. They do give it to the back. He's going to cut it back inside, and he's going to have a 1st down and more. He's taken down at the 50-yard line.
Boy, how about the big men up front? Just clearing out on that trap counter, just opening in the door. They've been washing that defensive line down all night long.
And that's Judd Howells again on the carry. They're going to give it to him again on 1st down. He is going to bounce it out to the right side and stay on his feet, and he's near another 1st down. Taken down near that Roy 40-yard line, and they give him the 1st. Clock ticks under 8.5 to play in the third quarter. Reyes hustles the offense to the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. They give it again to Howells. He bounces it to the left side this time. He has some room, showing the speed. And he is caught at the 22-yard line. Another first down and a big gain from Howells.
Once again, just able to clear it out, bounce it outside of that box, and you can get out on your horse. Having a hard time setting that edge and getting those players to flow to the right gaps.
Howells in the backfield again. They give it to him again. This time the right side, and Roy bottles him up after maybe a gain of 3.
To the 19.
Spotted at the 19-yard line.
Back.
2nd and 6 coming up. And Howells, man, hands on his hips. He's got to be really huffing and puffing down there. Reyes takes the snap. Play fake to Howells. Going to roll right. Looking end zone. He overshot his intended man. I believe he wanted Bushnell. And that brings up a big 3rd and 6. As we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard there on the bottom line of your screen on the stream side, Westfield leading Bonneville in Region 5 play, 40-13 the score there. Meanwhile, Fremont taking care of Clearfield, 49-6 the score. Fremont leading in the third quarter. 3rd and 6, ball at the 19. This Roy crowd comes alive. Shotgun snap, give it to Howells again. He rushes up the middle, and he's going to be near a first down. They're going to spot him about a yard short at the 14-yard line. So now decision time for Carson Mund and this Box Elder offense.
You got to think after missing the field goal earlier, probably going to keep that offense on the field, especially as they're running the ball so well. Just going to try and ground and pound. This is a huge moment in this ball game. Who wins?
Roy crowd gets to their feet. Under center goes Reyes. 3 men in the backfield. He's going to take it himself. QB sneak, and he's got it and more. He's going to push his way up through the scrum, and he's going to take it into the end zone.
Hold on, no signals from. Okay, there we go. The line judges didn't give us a signal. It wasn't until the white cap in the middle of the field gave us the signal. We didn't get a signal there.
Man, the only question was forward progress stop. Not evidently.
Now we're going to get a pause in the action as the head coach from Roy wants an explanation for the white cap to ask him, hey, what about forward progress?
And he says, nope. He kept moving forward. Here's the PAT. It is through.
He doinked it through.
Wow.
Just clipped the left upright right there.
So Box Elder answers back. They lead it 28-7 with 6:19 to play in the third quarter.
Just a great drive to respond, and what a critical 4th down.
As always, that touchdown brought to you by Dang Brother Pizza. Dang Brother Pizza, they are available to cater large events. Give them a call today. They're known for their Neapolitan-style pizza that cooks in 90 seconds. They also have a wood-fired oven in the back of a vintage fire truck. They are available for tailgating, weddings, and more. Give them a call. Dang Brother Pizza.
You catch much of the Thursday night high school lights last night between Provo and Morgan?
I did not. You told me about it.
It was a good game. Provo made the trip up to Morgan to play against the Morgan Trojans. Morgan at one point was down 28-7, came all the way back, tied it up, sent it to overtime. They ended up winning in overtime with the touchdown.
So you're saying it can happen?
I'm saying this is pretty interesting of a score.
Esplin will take the kickoff at the 4. Bring it out to the 15. Going to be forced out of bounds near the 20-yard line. And that's where this Roy offense will get the ball back after finally putting together a really nice drive and ending it with a touchdown on their last possession.
If anything magical is going to happen here tonight, Jordan, it's going to have to happen and start right now. 6:13 left here in the third quarter. You've got to mount a drive. You got to do it rather quick and then get the ball right back.
So ball at their own 20. $6:13 to play in the third quarter, trailing by 21. Spearden in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers split to each side. I believe that's Howard on his left hip. Now brings Esplin in motion behind him. They fake it to Howard, throw it out to Esplin on the left side. He has some running room in front of him. He's going to cut it up to the 30. He has the first down and more. He's going to be knocked out of bounds near the 40-yard line. They'll give him the back at the 37.
Well, we've seen so far Roy can't win at the line of scrimmage tonight. So what do you got to do? You got to get him out wide. Get him out towards the perimeter and get him more north and south here at Roy High School. And then he can go east and west. A little bit backwards here. Got to go north and south first if you're Roy. Then you can go east and west and get down the field.
1st and 10. Spearden brings Esplin in motion again. They'll fake it this time to the right. A screen up the middle. They complete it and will get maybe 3 as Riker Cordero is met.
Ball came out.
Now the ball comes out. No call from the officials yet. Box Elder has the football, and now they say Box Elder ball.
Yeah, immediately the reaction from the quarterback from Roy told you that ball came out because he came sprinting up from the original line of scrimmage thinking that he could jump on that football. So that tells you that ball was out and Box Elder was able to pounce on it.
So now Box Elder will start on the Roy 40, and they have a chance here to really come close to putting this game away. They lead 28-7, 5:51 to play in the third quarter. Reyes with men on each side of him in the gun. Now they send a man out in motion. He's going to throw on first down. Has a man down the middle. Caught at the 20. Inside the 10-yard line where he's knocked down. That was Gray Davis, his first catch of the night.
Excellent. No shit. Exactly.
So first down, 1st and goal at the 10. They give it to the running back inside the 5, pushing his way to the goal line. Touchdown, Box Elder. I have that as Kason Anderson into the end zone.
Just 2 plays, but there is a flag down on the play. Boy, I'll tell you what, Jordan, when the yellow flags come out and you put them up against the yellow lines that are out there on the field, it's pretty tough to see those flags.
It is. You know, they used to have red flags way back when.
Might be a celebration penalty after the play.
Touchdown is good. And that's exactly what you get. An unsportsmanlike conduct on Box Elder. That'll be assessed on the kickoff. So 34-7, Bees, PAT pending. Aiken Hupp in to kick it through. He boots it through the uprights, and it is 35-7. Box Elder with 5:24 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, good to see Titan Hupp back out there. I believe he was the injured player that we saw here earlier on the sideline. So good to see that he's okay. Back out there well enough to be able to boot that one through. It's a great kick.
As you get a great shot of the scoreboard there with the number 9 Jim McMahon sign on the bottom. Jim McMahon win here at Roy High School. Storied program in Weber County.
Thank you for that clarification. Very important.
Well, a lot of people think it's Davis County, and it's not.
It's on the border.
Yeah, it's right there on the border. But obviously, it's in Weber County.
All right, just like we said, you got to be able to protect the football, take care of it. If you want to try and climb back into this football game, you're going to have to score on this possession too, get a stop. Not a lot of time ran off the clock. I mean, there's 2-play drive for Box Elder. You put it in the end zone. Now you're up 35-7. But Roy's got to try and keep it close and get this one back into the end zone. It could start with a big return right here.
Well, it can because of the unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown. Box Elder will kick off from their own 25-yard line. Esplin standing at his own 20 back to receive. This one is a line drive, and it's going to roll out of bounds. So Roy will start with good field position.
Comes out to the 35.
At the 35. 5:20 on the game clock, third quarter.
And look, that isn't the worst thing because Roy has been able to get some space on some of those kickoffs. So, I mean, take it, put it out there. They're spotting it out here at the 50.
So when you kick it off from your own 25, you get it at the 50 if it goes out of bounds.
So compounding penalties, that's tough.
Spearden in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers to his left. Takes the snap, back to pass. He's going to throw it out to Esplin, a little screen, he has it. Stiff arms one man, he is going to have the first down as he's knocked out of bounds near the 40s.
Those screens have been the go-to for Roy High School so far. Like what you see on those outsides. But once again, Box Elder is doing a really good job of just controlling the line of scrimmage. It's making it tough for them to mount a sustainable drive. So you can only do it for so long.
Clock ticks under 5 minutes. All at the Box Elder 40-yard line. Spearden going to give it to Howard. He has some running room. Going to bounce it out to the outside at the 30, down to the 25, 20, still on his feet and inside the 15.
Really good job to bounce it. Once you get outside, you see that speed as he turns it on, breaks a tackle or two. Now you're in business.
So Howie Howard, a big gainer. They put him right at the 15-yard line, another first down. And Roy back in that red zone. The offense kind of finding their groove here in the second half. Shotgun snap to Spearden coming. Brings a man in motion. That's the tight end. Going to give it to the back. He's going to work his way down near the 11. That is Howie Howard again on the carry. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line.
Richards.
Well, really good job just being able to matriculate the ball down the field. Might want to speed it up just a little bit because you know the Box Elder on their next ensuing drive, they're going to try and chew up as much clock as they possibly can, just keeping it on the ground.
2nd and 7. Howard in the backfield. Shotgun snap to Spearden. He's going to give it to Howard. Howard up the middle, going to get inside the 10, maybe down to the 8 or 9, where he's taken down. Bring up a 3rd and manageable. This is 4-down territory for Roy.
No doubt about it. You're working with 2 downs, so if you want to try and throw the football on 3rd down, you can. The 3rd and manageable, or you can try and run it, try and get 2 short gains to move the sticks one final time.
3rd and 4. Ball at the 9-yard line. Howard behind Spearden. See if he gets it again. Now on his right hip, Spearden calling something out to his line. Takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right under pressure. He's going to loft one to Howard, who drops it at the 5, but a penalty flag comes out.
I'm not exactly sure what that penalty flag is for. It came in as he was going to catch the football. There was no defender around him. Was it a legal man downfield with the throw?
That's what I'm thinking. The officials are going to talk about it.
Might have had that lineman a little bit too far down the field trying to make a block. Saw him on the ground. And I think they're trying to figure out what his number might have been.
No, we'll get a hold on Box Elder.
All right. It's going to be an automatic first down.
Yeah. A huge call. Take it down to the 4-yard line, 1st and goal.
It must have been in the back of the end zone because the refs were looking towards the back of the end zone to try and figure out which defensive back had the holding. That's unfortunate because it had to have been away from the play in that scenario.
1st and goal. Spearden takes the snap. And now whistles as he gave it to Esplin. And this is going to be blown dead.
Flag flies.
Oh, we're going to get a false start on Roy. So move it back 5 yards to the 9-yard line. 2:37 to play in the 3rd quarter. Box Elder in charge, 35-7 over the Royals. Just a reminder, the clock on the stream, that is approximate. Spearden with it, faking it, rolling to his left. He has a man. It is caught. Howard near the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals.
It's a really good job by Spearden to be able to get that ball off. Earlier in the game, we saw him once he gets under pressure, he's trying to avoid the contact for whatever reason. That time just stood in there, got around the defender, and still delivered a beautiful ball on the run to his guy, who then trucked his way into the end zone. Just a great job there altogether by the Roy High Royals.
So 35-13. Here comes the PAT. It is up and good. So 35-14, the score. Box Elder with the lead, but Roy not going away. And now the Royals really need a stop. They need a turnover to get back in this ball game. That touchdown brought to you by AFP Utah. One volunteer can do a lot, but when you join thousands of volunteers together, the results can be life-changing. If you're interested in learning about grassroots volunteer efforts, go to prosperityelevated.com. In the next few weeks to learn how to make a difference in your community. AFP Utah, helping you make your voice heard. Sponsored by Americans for Prosperity Utah.
All right, Jordan, we talk about the 1977 Mack fire truck that the Dang Bros Pizza like to cook their fire trucks out of. Check this one out on the stream here. Every time Roy scores, the Roy City Fire Department winding up that old fire truck alarm down in the end zone, and they're all lined up there watching some football. You love to see it.
If you have not been up here to a game, this is a place to come. This may be the best atmosphere we've had all year. This is an 0-4 team, and this place is packed, and they have a lot of cool things they do here. As this kickoff is pooched, it's going to land on the turf at the 28. It is going to be fielded back near the 25. Now some room up past the 40, midfield. Box Elder into Roy territory, and still on his feet near the Roy 30-yard line.
I like the idea from Roy in that situation. You're pooching it to try and get a bad bounce, trying to get a fumbled recovery, trying to get something going, and you just can't contain as he switches field and goes the opposite way and takes it across the 50 down into Roy territory. Your defense has to get a stop here.
So ball at the 31 of the Royals. Reyes in the shotgun. They go empty. Now they bring a man in motion. They give it to him. That's Howells around the left side. Makes one man miss. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. Cuts it back, and he's going to be taken down at the 6-yard line. And just like that, it's first and goal, Box Elder.
And you got to think about this third quarter. Barely any. Like we were saying, with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, Roy needed to get a stop on defense to try and get it back. 2 plays, Box Elder scores. Roy goes down, scores in a longer drive, takes a lot of time off. There's still a minute 49 left in the third.
This is the second play from scrimmage in this drive from Box Elder. Reyes in the pistol. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Now he'll keep it, run it up the middle, but be tackled maybe at the line of scrimmage. Not much doing there.
That one will keep the clock running.
Second and goal from the 7. Two wide receivers split out on the numbers. Ball on the left hash. They're going to turn around and give it to Howells. He cuts it back inside, and he's going to be taken down near the 5-yard line. It'll be third and goal as we tick under a minute to play in the third quarter. Box Elder will be content to take time off the clock.
Yes, they will. You put a score away here and take it into the fourth quarter. You're feeling pretty good if you're the Box Elder Bees, especially with the ability to move it down the field so quickly.
Third and goal. Shotgun snap. Rolling to his right. Looking. Reyes running out of room. Throws into the end zone. Knocked away. Incomplete. He wanted Gunderson, but it gets knocked away. Now it's fourth and goal, and we'll see what Carson Mund decides to do here. Offense still out there. They're going to keep the offense out there, it looks like.
Right. After the doinked PAT that went in, they don't want to take another chance with that, so here we go.
Fourth and goal from the 4.
Chance for Roy to flip this momentum. Big play.
Under center. 3 men in the backfield. They're going to give it to Howells around the corner. Goal line touchdown. Again, that offensive line, and then Howells just dominating inside the 5.
Well, there's great penetration on the defensive line, and they had him in the backfield. It was just an arm tackle from James Cardoza. Got through, but couldn't quite make the tackle, and in they go for the touchdown. You got to, when you get that penetration, you got to be able to wrap up and bring him to the ground.
Titan Hupp will try to make it 42-14. He does so with the PAT with 13 seconds to play here in quarter number 3.
Well, every time push has come to shove for Box Elder, they have been up to the task tonight. And there's a reason why they are ranked in the top 5 of 5A, according to the Deseret News. Just an undefeated team that's coming in here and showing Roy why they have won each one of those first 4 games. Impressive is what they've looked like. And every fourth down, every critical down, every time it comes to that crunch time situation, Box Elder has risen to the occasion.
And you look at this Box Elder offense, they scored 64 points in week 1 against Desert Peak, 24 points in a win against Layton, 58 against Bear River, and then a hiccup last week, they get the 7-3 win. They've put 42 more on the board tonight.
That's incredible. It's a lot of points scored this year. So impressive what they've been able to do. This is a team that can really challenge at the 5A level. You do not want to see Box Elder at home for a playoff football game come late October.
They will be tough to beat. Maddox Ernest, it looks like, is out there to kick it away. I take that back. He should be in number 3. That's 88. Putting it in the end zone. So Roy will start at the 20.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow right here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan. We've got the pregame show to the pregame show for Utah football as they get ready to take on Wyoming. We'll be live at the Mountain America Expo Center on a special edition of Bryson Bianucci. If you don't get the 103.9 or 98.3 dials, just download the ESPN The Fan app. You can take us on the go, and we'll get you ready for college football tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
13 hours of pregame.
That's right.
Coverage for Utah-Wyoming. Little pitch out to the right to Howard. He'll cut it back up to the 25, working his way towards the 26 where he's held up, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So Box Elder in charge here. They lead, Roy, 42-14. You are listening to Utah High School football on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
When the going gets tough, tough are already up and going. Because when the only way is through, you go boldly into the task at hand. With the right tool to accomplish the improbable. More muscle, more hustle, more accomplished. To you, it's just another Tuesday. Because if you have the will, we have the way. Accomplish more with a Bobcat loader or excavator.
I feel like nobody does pizza like we do pizza.
We started making pizza out of our wood fire oven, back of a fire truck. It seems like that's what everyone needs.
Leading the Royals, 42-14 as we head to the fourth quarter. The Bees looking to improve to 5-0 overall, 2-0 in Region 5. The Royals in danger of falling to 0-5 on the year. The offense back out on the field for the Royals. Ball at the 20. Make that the 25, I beg your pardon. 2nd and 5 here. Spearden takes the snap, back to pass, looking, plenty of time. Now he unleashes one over the middle, and it's knocked away by Pierre Kieran. It was intended for Luke Peebley.
This is an important drive. We said that a lot for Roy, but this one's important because if they don't score and Box Elder puts another score on the board, 35-point lead, that's when the clock starts to roll. And they just continuously roll that thing.
So a 3rd and 4. Clock stopped at 11:54 to play in the game. 2 wide receivers stacked to each side. Spearden takes the snap. Looking left. Now he'll loft one up down the left sideline. It is caught. Wow, going up and getting it was Esplin. He is taken down inside Box Elder territory at the 45.
Well, they've been running that screenplay all night long. Screenplay. They fake the screenplay on the stack formation, send Esplin on the go. Just throw up a 50-50 ball, and he goes and high points it.
Wow. So ball at the 46. 1st and 10.
Gotta love the offensive coordinator exploiting the tendencies of the defense. And they've done it real well. They just haven't capitalized.
Spearden back to pass. Looking over the middle again. He gets away from one tackler. Rolling to his right under pressure. Throws, and it's nearly picked off by Gunderson. But it glances off his hands. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Great defensive play. All you can ask for more is just make sure you get more of your hands on that thing and corral it in. But otherwise, really good job.
Clock stopped with 11:07 to play. Spearden in the pistol, Howard behind him. 3 wide receivers stacked to the left. Shotgun snap. He's going to pitch it to Howard, who has the 45, and it's going to be taken out of bounds at the 43 or so. It will bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it 6 or 7.
PA announcer just essentially relinquished himself from his duties right there. And we need a new PA announcer. That's his own word. He's struggling a little bit.
3rd and 7. Spearden back to throw under pressure. He gets away from one man, and now the Bees will wrap him up for a sack way back at midfield.
Well, when you get him in the hive, it's where the Bees love to swarm, and that's what it looked like. Just bouncing around from one white jersey to another. Eventually, they corral him and bring him down. Man, this Box Elder defense, they have been great so far this year. Not a lot of weaknesses around on that defensive side of the football, and that's what makes them so dangerous to challenge for a state championship in 5A.
They came into this game allowing 6 points per game.
Wow.
Giving up 14 tonight is Roy. They're going to punt it away here.
Watch for the fake.
Will kick it away. And a good boot inside the 5. It is going to roll, and it is going to be picked up at the 2.
Highlight tape for the punter, baby.
That was Luke Peebley.
That thing shot off his foot. Pat McAfee would say that is hashtag for the brand right there.
That was impressive. A good roll at the end. So Box Elder will look to go 98 yards. Starting at their own 2-yard line.
A little bit of a late substitution.
Reyes in the shotgun will keep it. Is that Reyes? Keep it himself. He's out near a 1st down, though. I don't know who was. That was a direct snap. I think that was a wildcat formation. And that was Olsen.
Number 22.
Yeah, on the carry. So they get out of the shadow of their own goalposts.
It's Corbin Jepson on the carry.
2nd and 1. He got 9 on the play. Give it to the running back here. As the 1st down and more out near the 20. The scrum pushes him forward to the 21.
Now we're seeing a little bit of that triple option type offense out of the pistol formation. A lot of what you saw Colin Kaepernick run at the University of Nevada, Reno, Jordan. He ran it to perfection.
That was Jepson again.
Yeah, Jepson lines up in that shotgun formation. A little bit of a pistol. We'll see what it looks like here. Yeah, that pistol, it's a full house with the pistol look.
And now Reyes back in there. Takes the snap. Give it to Reyes. Will keep it himself, and he has nothing but green grass in front of him. 40, 30. Roy right on his heels, but he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Box Elder.
That's what that does right there. It's that just a beautiful read option look. It's running it to perfection. Fake that run, pull it at the last second as the defensive end crashes in on him, and you take off in that midline ISO. Beautiful right up the middle. And when you put on the Jets, man, you could tell that kid's got some speed. He ran away from everybody on the field.
He did. So a drive that started at their own 2-yard line in 3 plays. Was that 3 plays? 4 plays? They take it into the end zone.
Wow.
Not enough sustained drives from Box Elder tonight. The extra point is up. It is good. And it's 49-14 Bees.
Yeah, they are looking good. Just come in total domination in half number 2. You kind of knew it was going to be that way with that opening kickoff run back for a touchdown. But, man, they have looked great. Jordan, as a reminder, 35-point lead. Now you're going to see the running clock for the rest of the fourth quarter here. One other thing, another reminder, tomorrow in our extended pregame show to the pregame show, Porter Larson, the host of the Utah pregame show, the actual host of the pregame show on our sister station, ESPN 792.1 FM, he'll be joining us live from Laramie at some point tomorrow. And our good friend Ron Weaver III will have a party up there at the Mountain America Expo Center. So make sure you tune in 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
Going to be a lot of fun. We'll follow all the college football action live.
Got the t-shirt cannon rolling here. Man, stay out of the way of that thing.
Okay, maybe a new canister is needed. That thing's on its last lap. That's barely making row number 2.
Everybody having fun out here, Roy.
They kick it off from the 40. That is going to be taken from the 2, I should say. And the returner will be taken down inside the Roy. Yeah, they'll give him the 17. Esplin was the return man. 8:06 to play in the ball game.
Last week, a little bit of a crazy situation in Utah high school football, Jordan. Lone Peak made the trip down to Bishop Gorman. And there's a Nevada high school rule that I don't think they knew because they're playing in Las Vegas at Bishop Gorman. Nevada high school football rule, you can't have more than 3 players come off of the sideline when there's an altercation going on. That exact thing happened, and they had to forfeit the football game in the 3rd quarter. That's crazy.
That's a bummer.
You make the drive all the way down there if you're Lone Peak. Now, it was 35-17, but you wanted to finish out that ball game.
There's a little screen pass out to the left, incomplete. That's not the way you want to end things.
That's not the way you want to end things. It is a little bit of a bummer that it did end that way.
I just like the way the official ended it, holding up the ball to the crowd with one hand.
It's kind of strange way, too. It just said, he just held it up and said, this game is over. And that was it.
Running clock under 7.5 here.
Yeah, remember, they have to set the ball at the line of scrimmage, and then they'll run the clock.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And
Unless it's a run.
Nice little gain for Esplin.
On any dead ball, incompletions, things like that, go out of bounds. Once they set the ball, then on my whistle, they'll blow it. And they'll keep it running.
Spotted here, first down. They keep it running. So first down, as I mentioned, ball at the 32. Shotgun snap here to Spearden. He will throw it out to the right. It is caught. And another good 7 or 8 yards, this time from Cordero. Now we'll be back here next week as Roy will look to get their first win of the year. They were going to fall to 0-5 tonight. Box Elder will improve to 5-0.
Bonneville will come into town. It'll be a winnable game for Roy. Could be a good one.
2 teams picked near the bottom of Region 5. Back to pass. Working, speared into his left. Now lofts one across the middle of the field, and it's picked off. And then dropped. Oh!
Yeah, that's a classic case of you got to watch that one all the way in. I think he was thinking about end zone glory days right there. And he knows it. He wants that one back. Great play.
Oh, that's a great play. I don't know what Spearden was. He threw up a prayer there. Under 6 to play. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
It's Jackson Lifforth on the defensive pass breakup right there.
Roy goes empty on 3rd and 2. Spearden takes the snap. Takes pressure from the edge. It's caught by Esplin over the middle. First down, he cuts it back. Now at the 50, still on his feet. 45, he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. And he's had a nice night. So Roy into Box Elder territory. First down, 2 wide receivers, split to each side. Spearden takes the snap. Now ball's on the ground, and who's got it? And it looks like Roy got it back. Spearden fell on it. He'll lose about 5 on the play, maybe 6.
Dangerous play. And in fact, you know what? A Box Elder player jumped up with that play. They're going to say that Roy was able to scoop it up and maintain it with enough time before it got taken away.
Back at their own, or excuse me, back at the Box Elder 45 now, 2nd and 15. Spearden back to pass, looking, plenty of time, rolls to his right, throws over the middle. It is caught, hit immediately is Peebley. He's going to be marked down at the 35. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 6.
35-yard line.
Really good hit from Gunnar Gunderson. He came across and just laid one on him, almost dislodged that ball. Box Elder's got some defensive dudes. That's what we call dogs out there. You can hear them barking.
Is that what you call it? They're dogs, they're bees, they're swarming, they're packs.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them. They're good at football.
Back to pass. Spearden looking on 3rd and 6. Going to step up in the pocket, and he'll get taken down for the sack back at the 40. Bring up a 4th down for Roy as we are at 3:20 to play in the game.
Back to the 40-yard line.
Well, where does this Box Elder team, how do they compare to the other teams you've seen this year?
That's a really good question because there are some really, really good football teams across the state of Utah. Across the 5A level, I think West is probably the best football team that we've seen. They've got a legitimate chance, but Box Elder, man, I'd put them right up there. I think the Deseret News power ranking top 5 in 5A.
Spearden back to pass on 4th and 11 under pressure, backpedaling. He will dump it off, but it's incomplete, and Box Elder will take over with 2:42 to play in the game.
One thing that I want to point out, it's gotten a little bit chillier out here. We're showing 72 degrees Fahrenheit. I think the wind chill is bringing it down a little bit more. I'm feeling like 67, 65. So a little bit closer there. It's getting a little bit chillier. You can feel the fall temperatures are in the air. It's not cold by any means.
No, it's
chilly.
I got 69 degrees. That's my.
Okay. Yeah, a couple degrees off there. Is that with wind chill?
That's what. Oh, you're not gonna like this. I updated it. 64 degrees.
Yeah, we're a lot there.
Yeah, that is not.
We're showing
with
72.
the wind chill.
Huh? Okay.
Well, you know that temperature. That
feels like 75.
Ron just licked his finger and stuck his finger in the air. It was like 72. Timeout on the field.
We'll wipe that off the screen. It's not. It don't feel like 75 degrees out here. I'll tell you that much.
2:35 to go.
All right, we'll see what Box Elder decides to do here. A couple runs. Can't imagine too many timeouts are going to be used in this situation. They might burn them all up. Will give us some more time to discuss some college football coming up this weekend.
That's right. Gives you some time to pick your player of the game as well.
Yeah, well, one of the reasons you need to tune into that pregame show tomorrow is because we are giving away free Baskin-Robbins ice cream, some pints. And if you give us a prediction, we'll get you a pint.
Ball on the ground, and Box Elder falls on it.
So you got to tune into the pregame show tomorrow, and I'll give you a chance to text into our text-in line a prediction to the Utah-Wyoming game. If you nail it right on the head, then we're gonna get you 2 pints of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. I'll also do another one where if you give me an upset prediction in college football this weekend, 2 more pints. So you need to tune in tomorrow in order to be able to be eligible, and text us in tomorrow on our text-in line. So tune into the show tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
You know, I'll say this. Looking back on it, is this one is going to be run up the middle on second down. If you pick the Utah game right on the nose, the score, you really deserve something more like an ice cream cake for that one.
You're not wrong.
Like an upset pick. All right.
I just don't have that much money. If someone nails it, man, I don't know, $15.
Man, I could pick an upset.
No, it'll be a good show tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. If you're tuning in on the YouTube page right now, download the ESPN The Fan app, and you can just hit the live stream, hit go, and you can hear our pregame show to the pregame show.
And to be honest, you have a pretty good shot at getting ice cream tomorrow.
But you do.
You really do.
You do.
Minute 9 to play. 49-14. Box Elder leading Roy. Number 2's into the game for Box Elder. Another run up the gut. Near a first down at midfield.
Took them a minute to blow the whistle on the forward progress. Let them fight around a little bit there. Eventually, they're going to stop it. Now give them the first down.
50 seconds to play. They should just have to snap this one more time. So stick around. We'll take a little break as the final whistle blows here. We'll come back with a brief post-game show, have our player of the game as we get ready for Roy Bonneville next week. And Bryce, if you leave now, you may get home by 2 in the morning. Now the snap is fumbled in the air. It's bouncing around. Who's got it? It is Box Elder, but that's going to do it. Box Elder comes into Roy and makes a statement. They win it 49-14. Big win for Box Elder. We'll take a quick break, come back on the other side. Once again, the final. Box Elder beats Roy 49-14. We'll be back on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.
My name's Kyle Maloney. I'm one of the owners and partners of Dang Brother Pizza Utah. We have our vintage Mack 1977 fire truck that we put a Gosney wood-fired oven in the back of.
They're great. We're booking catering, we're booking festivals, we're booking birthdays.
Help build a vibe anywhere we are.
We started this and it's been a dream ever since.
Welcome back to Roy High School, where the Royals fall to Box Elder. 49-14, the final. Bryce, really impressive from the Bees. Who is your player of the game?
Yeah, I've got Judd Howells in the backfield. He ran all over this Roy High defense all night long. Fantastic football player. Smash mouth type of guy. And you love watching it. This Box Elder team is so good. And when you can get senior leadership to buy in like they have, they're going to be a dangerous football team the rest of the season.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Gets us ready. Roy falls to 0-5 on the year, trying to get their first win next week. You'll have that right here on The Fan, a 7 o'clock kickoff with Bonneville. It's homecoming, I just found out. Meanwhile,
maybe Jim McMahon's going to make a pass by.
That's the word. The chord that we just made up on the spot. He may make the flight in. Box Elder, meanwhile, they improved to 5-0. Well, for Bryce Larson, I'm Jordan Bianucci saying good night from back in our downtown Salt Lake City studio. Once again, the final, Box Elder beats Roy 49-14. You've been listening to Utah High School football on 103.9 and 98.3 ESPN The Fan.